All right, so here we are. We're going to talk about Module 12, biomes. Biomes is one of those fun things to talk about. But, are you going to be straight out asked, hey, what biome is this? Maybe not. But you'd still need to be familiar with them and the differences in them. So just looking at the big map, you'll notice that as biomes go, up here where it's super cold, you get a tundra. Where it's a little warmer, you get some coniferous forest. You'll see there's a difference between temperate broadleaf forests here and here, and a little bit over here, and a little bit over here, a little bit there. What else we got here? We got temperate grasslands in the middle of these continents here. We got some deserts. Hey, look, remember I said 30 degrees? Deserts, 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 deserts. Chaparral, which is a very specific climate that's only located in very specific locations. What else should we point out? You got some savanna. We don't get a lot of savanna in America. We got some savanna here and there and there. High mountains, polar ice. Polar ice isn't really much of a biome. It's like, hey, it's icy. So let's go on and talk about what separates your different biomes. The combination of temperature and precipitation will determine what biome you can have. So it's always cold over here and it's always warm over here. But the biggest difference between those is sometimes the combination of temperature. So you'll notice the tundras are both cold and dry. But if you have a little bit of dryness and you get warmer, you get a temperate grassland or a desert. If you get a little more water, you can get yourself into a boreal forest where it's cool, or a woodland shrubland. That's your chaparral if it's a little warmer. Now, the difference being some of these get their rain only once a year. And so that really drives them sometimes to be more desert-like, but they can still have more plants because they get more rain. Then, increase your water, increase your temperature, and you can get into forests like what we have, or you can go out to Seattle and have a temperate rainforest. And if you're always warm and you're always wet, you get the tropical rainforest. So let's look at them individually. How about the tundra? It's cold and dry. You have permafrost. There are no trees. It's not warm enough for trees, and it's not wet enough for trees. Tundra are typified by bitter cold winters and cool summers. Average precipitation, not very much. Average temperature, yeah, you get warmer in the summer, but you'll notice that here's 0 Celsius. You're not a whole lot above 0 during the summer. You get the boreal forest, also known as the taiga. And, it's the coniferous forest. These are evergreen forests. And the closer you get to the tundra, you kind of get thin, sparse trees. There's obviously wiggle room between the two. Moderate to low rainfall. They're very snowy. They have cold winters and mild summers. It doesn't get super warm. You get this Upper Peninsula Michigan can sometimes be considered this, but more up into Canada. A temperate rainforest. Now, notice you got Seattle. You got down here in South America, and you've got some Australia and New Zealand are temperate rainforests, meaning they get a lot of rain. It's very wet, but it doesn't get super cold. And we were studying ocean currents, and that's why. The ocean currents deliver moisture and moderate temperatures. This is where we get our giant trees in California. Temperate seasonal forest. Hey, this is home. You get warm summers and cool winters. Broadleaf forest, they lose their leaves in winter. You get steady rainfall all year. We really do have just a spread out rain. We don't have like a really rainy season or a really dry season. Sure, August and September can sometimes be drier, but it's mostly spread out throughout the year. A temperate grassland or a cold desert, think of out west. Look, there's buffalo. You don't get enough rain to support a lot of trees, but you can have like grassy stuff. They also call it steppe, or they also call it prairie. Hot summers, cold winters, you don't have the moisture to moderate your temperature, and so you get big temperature swings. Where there's less rain, it gets deserty. There's a transition there. The woodland scrubland chaparral. Again, a highly specific area, Southern California, the Mediterranean. They even sometimes call this a Mediterranean climate. Mediterranean, down here in South America, the tip of Africa, the tip of Australia. Grasses and shrubs, you don't get thick forests, and wildfires are very common because you get a mild, rainy winter and a hot, dry summer. It just gets so dry you can't get a lot of trees in these places. But you get, shrubs, flowers, grass. Tropical rainforest, pretty easy to think. It's hot and rainy all year. It's always rainy. It's always warm. Look at the temperature swing that doesn't exist. There's not a big temperature swing throughout the year. But the rain, there's always rain. Sure, you get a little dip in rain here, a little peak in rain, but it's always rainy. Tropical seasonal forest, a savanna, it's hot, and you're going to get monsoon season, and you're going to get dry season. Monsoon and dry, monsoon and dry. Where it's drier, you get grasses. Where it's forest, you get wetter. Think about the Lion King. This is the tropical seasonal forest. And then there's the subtropical desert. It's hot, it's dry. There are cactuses and sand and rocks. If you are in a cold desert, we call that a tundra. And this is the end of this module.